Boost Bottle Industries motorized bike exhaust system. This is our custom exhaust system. I just wanted to show you guys some of the things you can do with it. Basically, it's the pipe here, and what we're going to be using here is we're going to be using it on this cruiser bike. This is a Schwinn Cruiser. It's got the jackshaft kit, and the jackshaft is made by sickbikeparts.com, and so is their front engine mount. Now, the front engine mount's not going to be as important, because with the jackshaft kit you're going to have to set your engine up at a particular height to get the right chain tension, and then you're going to either use their front engine mount, or you'll use a bunch of washers and a bolt and you'll mount it through the frame. So that's not what's important. But what is important is that this is the jackshaft kit. It does have the wide crank wheel for the pedaling, and this exhaust system is made to ride underneath the pedal and still leave you enough clearance so that you can leave your kickstand on. On this particular bike, we welded a bracket to the rear of the bike so that we can mount a muffler on there. But in your case, if you don't have a welder, you guys can just use a C-clamp or some plumber's tape. You know, just wrap a bracket around there, and then that can support your pipe. Now, what we've done here is we've made all the bends. I'm going to just show you how it installs. This is the pipe here, and as you can see, there's a flare on the end. It just slides right over the pipe there, and then it clears everything here and clears the paddle. And then in the back, this is the shorter version that's set up for the muffler. We're going to also offer it in a longer setup, and it'll come out just about 3/4 to the back tire. And then if you want to cut it at an angle, you can run it like a chopper type exhaust. But as you can see, it clears everything, it doesn't hit anything, and it slides right on. Now, what we're gonna do for you guys is where it slides on here, these exhaust manifolds that we have a clip on them, and you can run a spring. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna weld, I believe we're gonna weld a clip here so that you can hook a spring to it. That way when you attach it, it can be held by a spring, and that'll give you, that's what's gonna hold it. Or you can take it in and have somebody tack weld it for you. Trying to make it universal for you guys. So a lot of the pocket bikes and stand-up gas-powered scooters, that's how their exhaust systems mounts, with a spring. And so this is how the exhaust system works. Now, if you want, what you can do is buy just this exhaust pipe, and then what you do is you take your stock muffler, okay, and you cut off just right here at the end, okay, and then this is what you end up with. Okay, and then this piece will slide into the end of the pipe. See there? And then you can have it welded if you'd like, because the C-clip's not going to do you any good if you don't have anything to hook it to. You can modify something on your engine if you want and hook the spring to the engine to hold it, or you can have this welded. Just to kind of give you an idea of what we did here, I took one of our manifolds and I did weld this one, okay, and then it runs through, and then it's also welded here at the expansion chamber where it connects. And I was able to expand the muffler here. I actually used a 12mm Craftsman impact socket, a 1/2" impact socket, 6-point, and it happens to be the perfect width to flare the pipe to fit onto here. So if you have somebody help you hold the muffler, and then you sit there with your socket and you gently hammer in there, you should be able to flare it enough to get the pipe in there. And then you can just use a hose clamp, not a hose clamp, excuse me, an exhaust clamp, and we do sell the exhaust clamps. In fact, I may offer them with our exhaust pipe. That way if you flare this open here, you can just slide it on and you can use a regular exhaust clamp. That's what they do in the automotive industry. If you buy an aftermarket muffler, you can cut your pipe and you can slide your aftermarket muffler on, and then you can use an exhaust clamp. So that's exactly the same thing we're going to be doing here, is offering an exhaust clamp that will hold this on. So check back with our website at www.boostbottleindustries.com, and you should be able to find these things on our website. We also sell a flex pipe on our website that's very similar to the original Whizzer type exhaust, where they use a flex pipe, and we have it available in 1-inch inner diameter. We also can get it in 1/2 inch and 3/4, so if you need it, drop me an email.